Well, this red guy is me. I am a student with a label, or people say that I'm dyslexic. But what really is and what it really means is something most people don't know. This means it is not functioning well, and Lexia means language skills. So here you go, I'm not good at Dutch. And it's all about reading and with books, grammar, spellings, using the right forms and words. I just simply don't understand it. And it all started in elementary school when I was in second grade. And I had to redo the second grade because I simply couldn't read. I was the guy always struggling reading. And my parents let me do a test and they found out that I was dyslexic. And I had a best friend, Tom, and he was like the guy, if you wanted to know something about Dutch, you should ask him. But his problem was he couldn't do calculations. And this was the first part that we became best friends. A lot of the teachers said that I was lazy, I was sleeping, and all those things. I can't say that they were wrong because I was not interested. You always know this guy that's seeing a fly flying, and then I was me trying in my imagination, taking bow and arrow, trying to kill it. Well, it all changed when I was in fourth grade, and I got a teacher, and he said, Dominic, dyslexic is something people made up. It's something, it doesn't exist. And he had the perfect examination and explanation why I was struggling with Dutch. He said, Dominic, it's really simple. The first three letters of your name are explaining everything. It's dumb, you're simply stupid. Well, if you're a kid, especially about 11 years old, you believe the teacher, and I hated him till today, actually. And I had, was my worst year in my school career, and I had to go on, and I did some tests like everyone else. And who knows the CITO-toets here, and who did it? See, there you go, most people. And to give you an explanation of what I thought of this test, well, this explains it perfectly. I'm the fish in the bowl. I can climb the tree, no way. There's no way I'm coming up there. So they gave me the advice to go to special needs education. Well, to give you an example of special needs education, there's one teacher for 4 or 5 students, and mostly they're thinking you're not that smart or there is something, but they cannot explain or it's really hard to work with. And the best thing actually came when I was there for about a week or 2 weeks, and the teacher came up to me and he said, well, Dominic, I have good and bad news. You don't gonna like it. And I said, first give me the good news. And he says, well, the good news is you're too smart for this class. The bad news is you have to make new friends. But you can stay in school, that's the good thing. Well, as it went on, I got a teacher and she was supposed to help me with Dutch. And I'm not gonna lie, the teacher didn't give me any Dutch lessons. She just sit there, stand up to me and said, Dominic, what are the things you like? And I said, what is this? This something to do with Dutch or helping me going further? How am I dyslexic? And she said, absolutely nothing, but you will find out later. So I did that for about 4 years, and I finished high school like every other student with above average grades. And I went to vocational school. And it was the same school. And my German teacher, he knew me already for 7 years. And he said, Dominic, I know that you don't like German because of your dyslexia, but I have something. Are you up for a challenge? And I was doubting it because he was never serious. So he said, yeah, I think so, maybe. But yeah, I will go for it. And he said, well, if you want, you're going to Canada for your internship. And I said, yes, of course, but I have to ask my parents. So I went home, I told my parents, should I go to Canada or shouldn't? And my dad said, why not? So I went to Canada and got all my papers. And just a couple days before I took my flight to Canada, I got my visa. And I told my parents, I'm really going. Well, sorry, Mom, she didn't really like it. And I passed on vocational school. And then the real moment I got my bachelor degree. Or I'm going for my bachelor degree. And in the third year, they wanted to say, well, you can do whatever you want as long as you learn something. And I wanted to go outside of the Netherlands, somewhere, do a study, do a minor or whatever. And I found a school in Marrakesh, but they didn't accept me because I was too late, simply. So, what are you going to do then? Go to another country, go to a place where no one heard of, Valkeakoski? Does someone say it anything? Probably not. It's in Finland. 150 kilometers above Helsinki, in the middle of nowhere, where one campus is standing. And there's the place that I went. Well, I have to say, if you're living together with 10 people from 9 different countries and about 7 different religions, you learn a lot. And the best thing is, the teacher came up to us the first night and she said, well, I know that you're dyslexic. I don't care about it. Everyone has some kind of label, just like everyone has their name now, right? So the teacher said to me, we have here a different system than anywhere in Europe. You're going to pass it together, or you're all gonna fail. And I never understand it till the moment that I had to do a big project. And my classmate gave birth to her child, and the same teacher asked me when I did my final presentation, what did you think about it that she missed the final presentation? And I said, I don't care, I want her to pass. Simple. And that is the whole morale of the whole Finnish school system. I had dyslexic. I was together with 20 people in one class, and everyone knew about it. I had to write a couple of English reports, and 18 out of the 20 wanted to read over and correct my grammar. And the one other kid was dyslexic too. So if we look around, I'm not the only one that is dyslexic. There's a lot of people, probably everyone you know, like standing here, Richard Branson, Steven Spielberg, John Lennon, and Tom Cruise. There have been people saying that 40% of all dyslexics are becoming an entrepreneur because they're creative and they just don't know when to stop. Well, I can give you a list of things that we are, and I can say that for sure because I'm quite a good example. I take out the first and the last one, determination. I'm coming from special needs education. I did high school, vocational school, and I did my bachelor. And next year I'm going for my master. And you know what the best thing is of going to a master? The teacher who called me stupid only got a bachelor. Beat that one. And then being creative. I wanted to have an internship at a big commercial bank for agricultural, and they didn't normally take interns. Well, I went to them. They had an intern event, and I went there, and I knew that the chance of getting a job or an internship was like 1 in maybe 1,000. So I went to the manager where I wanted my internship, and I asked him one simple question. You're the biggest commercial bank in food and agriculture. I'm a student of one of the biggest high schools of food and agriculture, so why am I not your intern? Well, 3 years later, I got an invite to come and do my internship there. Reflecting back on this whole process, I want to say thank you to one special person. Except my parents, of course. And it is Mr. Stupid. You may be thinking why, but if Mr. Stupid didn't call me stupid, I was not standing here. I was not even going for vocational school or for my bachelor degree. I would probably quit when I was done with high school. But Mr. Stupid made me realize if he thinks I'm stupid, I must be smarter than him, that I'm knowing that I'm smarter than him, and that's why I just want my master's degree to get him back. And my real moment of evolution and knowing what I was going for was last week. I was talking with my internship giver, and we had a reflection on the internship. And he said to me, Dominic, you're wearing this Blanco label your whole time, and for you it says dyslexia. For others it says whatever you want. But I think it's a good moment to just leave it here. And I agree with him. And the only thing I want to give you home, just don't stop. Because as long as you create your own road to success, no one will pass you. Thank you very much.